The Roswell incident reveals shocking secrets. Earth is actually a prison planet. Liozzi from China was the only human to escape this prison planet. In 2007, an American writer named Lawrence Spencer claimed he received a package from a former nurse of the 509th Bombardment Group. For the first time, it disclosed the truth behind the 1947 Roswell incident. He published the Roswell Incident Alien Interviews, which completely overturns humanity's current understanding. Today, let's dive deep into this. Let's rewind to the mysterious night of July 5, 1947. Over Roswell, New Mexico, a strange light tore across the sky. An unprecedented unknown flying object streaked like a meteor through the deep night and crashed into the vast, barren desert north of Roswell Army Airfield. In the early hours of July 4th, Rancher McBrazel was drawn by an unusual sound and headed toward the mysterious crash site. The scene was chaotic. Fragments of all kinds of bizarre shapes and unknown objects emitting strange energies were scattered everywhere. Shocked, he quickly reported his astonishing discovery to Sheriff George Wilcox of Roswell, who immediately escalated the matter to Colonel William Blanchard, commander of the Roswell Army Airfield. Following orders, Major Jesse Marcel, the chief intelligence officer of the 509th Bombardment Group, quickly led a team to the site for a thorough investigation. Then, on July 8, 1947, the Roswell Daily Record reported that the 509th Bombardment Group Intelligence Office officially announced at noon that day the military had discovered the wreckage of a crashed flying saucer. The news sent shockwaves across the world, but unexpectedly, shortly after the announcement, the U.S. Air Force did a complete 180. They quickly overturned their initial statement, claiming that the so-called UFO was just an ordinary weather balloon. This flip-flopping explanation naturally failed to convince the public. Almost immediately, conspiracy theories began to circulate. People firmly believed that the U.S. government and military were covering up the truth behind the Roswell incident. 10 years passed in a blink, yet the event was far from forgotten. Then, in 2007, a new twist emerged. American writer Lawrence Spencer claimed he received a mysterious package from a former nurse of the 509th Bombardment Group, a woman who identified herself as Mrs. Mark Arroyf. She revealed a long-buried, earth-shattering secret that had been hidden for decades. She claimed that during the Roswell experiments, the U.S. military discovered a surviving alien, which lived for 6 weeks. Mrs. Mark Arroyf, as the only female nurse on site at the time, became the sole person the alien was willing to communicate with, and she conducted a series of interviews with the extraterrestrial. The package she sent contained what were said to be the military's highly classified alien interview records. Reportedly, Mrs. Arroyf chose assisted suicide at the age of 83. Perhaps she did so out of a belief that the truth should not be hidden but made known to the public, revealing everything in her final moments. Unfortunately, Mrs. Arroyf has passed away, and the authenticity of these claims now remains unverifiable. According to Mrs. Arroyf, the alien was named Airl, stood about 1.2 meters tall, and gave off a somewhat feminine impression. However, physiologically and psychologically, Airl had no defined gender. Airl's head was immensely large, lacking the familiar nose and ears that humans have. Even more astonishing, he did not need to eat or sleep, and could survive without oxygen, water, or other basic necessities. His eyes seemed to possess a magical X-ray-like ability, able to see through objects. His way of perceiving the world was completely different from ours, primarily relying on sensory perception, and he communicated with humans through telepathy. To those observing him, he felt more like a biological robot than a conventional alien. Airl revealed that they came from a world called the Dominion. Their interest in Earth was to ensure Dominion's ownership over the planet. The way they piloted their UFOs was even more astonishing. They linked consciousness directly with the craft to control it. However, an accident occurred. While Airl was piloting the craft, a lightning strike severed the connection between his consciousness and the UFO, causing the craft to go out of control and ultimately crash in Roswell, New Mexico. Airl, the alien, controlled his spacecraft using a method similar to the brain-computer interface, BCI technology humans are currently developing. As human BCI technology continues to advance, there's reason to believe that one day, we might truly be able to manipulate devices directly through our consciousness, just as Airl described, opening a whole new era of technological capability. Airl claimed that Earth falls under what they call the Dominion, and that these highly intelligent civilizations only occasionally inspect it. From their perspective, Earth is as insignificant as an ant colony in a backyard. The ants may consider themselves rulers of their tiny world, unaware that a higher intelligence watches over them. Similarly, humans, in the presence of more advanced civilizations in the universe, would be no more than ants. After several interviews with the US military, Airl demonstrated astonishing learning abilities. To communicate accurately with him, the military taught him English. Unexpectedly, he mastered the language quickly and simultaneously read massive amounts of human literature. This raises the tantalizing possibility that, with a continued development of brain-computer interface technology, humans in the future could directly download knowledge into their brains, instantly mastering vast amounts of information, just like Airl. Airl then revealed to Mark Airl countless secrets, spanning from the origin of the universe to the development of humanity. One revelation alone was enough to overturn human understanding. He claimed that all beings in the universe, including humans, are immortal consciousnesses, what he called becomings of the now. Life, he explained, is an inevitable process of moving from the present toward becoming. However, for humans on Earth, the memories of being these becomings of the now had been erased, leaving humanity completely unaware of its origin. Airl said that humans were actually exiled cosmic consciousnesses, and Earth is essentially a prison designed to contain cosmic consciousness. Remarkably, this aligns with traditional mythologies, where immortals or gods are punished and sent to the mortal realm. If we interpret immortals as higher dimensional life forms in the universe, this seems to corroborate Airl's claim. Earth is indeed a prison planet. But why were humans exiled to Earth? Airl explained that from the perspective of higher intelligence, Earth is perfect as a prison or punishment tool. It is extremely unstable, making it difficult for advanced civilizations to develop. Tectonic plates constantly shift, the core is liquid, leading to frequent volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Its magnetic poles periodically reverse, triggering massive climate upheavals such as floods and quakes. Earth is far from the galactic center and other advanced civilizations, effectively isolating it from cosmic influence. Additionally, Earth's strong gravity, heavy metal-rich soil, and dense atmosphere make it dangerous for spacecraft navigation, further ensuring it remains a secure exile location. Let's break down the information Airl shared about Earth. In 1963, a book titled Adam and Eve by Thomas Chen was published, but it was immediately banned by the CIA. It wasn't until 2013, thanks to the US Freedom of Information Act, that the book was declassified. The book described how the Earth undergoes periodic magnetic pole shifts and noted that civilizations are wiped out every few thousand years by these cyclical catastrophic events. The Great Flood described in the Bible is said to originate from this same phenomenon. This seems to partially corroborate Airl's claim that Earth is an unstable planet. Airl also stated that the vast majority of humans on Earth are unaware that they are becomings of the now and have no perception of their soul. Humanity's awareness of its true nature as immortal consciousness is extremely limited. In short, from Airl's perspective, Earth is like a prison in the cosmos, and humans trapped within it are subjected to various natural and artificial punishments. Because their memories have been erased, humans cannot recall their identity, nor do they know how to escape this cosmic prison.